Hi, and welcome to MEMO Matters. I'm your host, Lucille Fisher, and today I have Doug Hodge, who is the founder and producing artistic director of Woodland Theater Company. And tell me a little bit about your background, Doug.
Sure.
How did you get into this?
Sure. Well, I am from Southern California. I've always been involved in theater since I was a kid. My parents took us to see all kinds of shows, and I got my master's degree in theater from the University of California at Irvine. And I moved to New York to pursue my acting career. And I was in New York for about 15 years, working across the country at many different theaters and national tours, and eventually decided that acting was not my main calling, it was directing. Mm-hmm. So in 2002, I left acting and started directing, and that went very, very well, and eventually we ended up here in Sherborne,
yeah,
and decided we were going to open our own theater. So here we are today.
So tell me, who are the founders? You're one of them, obviously, but who are the founders of Woodland Theater Company?
There are two. There's Sam Cariotti. He is one of my best friends, and we met doing a small show in Florida 1,000 years ago. And the second founder is my wife, Kelly Hodge.
Okay, and I've met both of them. They're all wonderful. They're wonderful people.
Thank you. Yeah.
So tell me, so how did the idea come about in terms of
Yep.
this local theater company?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've been a professional actor for 25 years now, and back in the mid '90s, I went to the small theater in Florida in Boca Raton and met Sam. He was also in the show, and we sort of hit it off and started talking a lot about our passion for theater and what we'd sort of learned on our journey as far as show business, because we sort of approach it the same way. People either think it's all fun and games or it's a business, and really for us it's two things. It's show business, so it's the artistic side and it's the business side, and sometimes the art suffers because the business model that's running the theater isn't good. There's a lot of history and politics and all, and so we'd spent a lot of time talking about our experiences, and in one of those discussions I said, wouldn't it be great someday if we opened our own theater? Right. And we sort of took all the good things that we've learned from our years as actors working across the country and got rid of all the bad stuff and started building a professional company from the ground up. We thought that was great. But of course, life gets in the way and things happen, and Sam and I both went off and kept working as actors. Yeah. But he was very much a part of my life. In fact, he lives in my old apartment in New York, so we're very close. And so that was in the mid '90s. Like I said, in 2002, I had left acting and started directing, and I was working a lot regionally and in Maine and New York and places.
And when you were acting, you were in some really
I did some
big
fun stuff.
Productions.
Yeah, the biggest thing I did was the national tour of the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas with Anne Margaret. I did that in 2000 and 2001, and it was an awesome experience. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I moved from acting to directing, because that's a perfect example of a great production, great director. Things weren't gelling well. The show was not selling as well as they wanted. There were sort of problems with the show itself, and actors will always sit around and sort of complain about what's wrong, right?
So what can we do differently?
Exactly.
What could be done differently?
If I were the boss, what would I do differently?
Right.
So I kept my mouth shut through like most of this talk, and when it came to me, I said I would do three things: 1, 2, 3. That's all. That's all I said.
Yeah.
So about 6 months into the tour, they let the director go and brought in a Tony Award-winning director who was going to fix the show, and he did 1, 2, 3. And I was like, okay, so I do have a vision, a concept. It's, everything's different, but that's sort of what that was sort of that aha moment, because I had been acting for, like I said, 20 years, and I loved it, but I also felt like I was always directing at the same time, because I had been directing since I was 16, but I was focusing more on acting. So that was sort of that big turning point. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this as a director. And so in 2009, by that point, Kelly and I had moved here
Right.
and I was directing and stuff, but it wasn't really feeling satisfied. So after talking to her, I called Sam and said, I think it's time to start our theater. And he said, let's do it. And
Great.
so that's what we did, you know.
So now, how long have you been in Medfield? How long has
We've-
the theater been here?
Yeah, we've been here since January of 2011. So we opened our doors in 2010 in Sherburne, but realized we needed to find a real theater.
Right.
It was very important to us. And I spent the better part of that year in 2010 looking around different towns, trying to find not just a theater, but the town, like the vibe.
Right.
I wanted to find a good vibe. And someone put me on to Bob McGuire.
Yes.
So I went and met him, wonderful man, and talked about my passion and my vision for what I wanted to build here, you know. And he said, I think it's great, and I'm going to help you. And so he did. And we have been here, and we've done 10 shows here. And it's been a great fit, not just the venue, but the town has been really warm and inviting. And working with Marianne Haddam, who's the director of the Theater Guild here.
Right, and very well known
and
in the town.
She has been amazing for us, just
Yes.
a backbone, supportive, and she's part of our company now. It's really
Right.
great. She does a lot of shows with us, either on stage or backstage. And
And of course, Marianne directed the high school.
Yeah.
You know, she did the high school production.
Yeah.
So,
it's really been a good fit. And we
Yeah.
of course now offer master classes to students here, and students get involved either on stage or backstage. So it's been, that component has been just great for us.
it's growing in all
Yeah.
manners
Yeah.
of that word.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you're getting more and more people coming,
Yep.
so and you're expanding.
Yeah.
But tell me now,
Sure.
the tagline, bringing Broadway home.
Yes. Well,
So explain that.
yeah, we had been looking for a tagline. Most companies have that, and we wanted to find something that really sort of spoke to our mission. And our mission is to bring high quality Broadway caliber shows to the Metro West area of Boston. That's it. That's what we're
Yep.
really trying to do. And our treasurer, who is also one of our board members, said, "What about bringing Broadway home?" And I thought that's perfect, because really what we're doing is bringing all of our collective 50-some years of New York experience here.
Right.
Our philosophy, our work ethic, the way that I put shows together, sort of the quality, because it really, as a young company, all we really have is the quality of the work. As we're trying to get people to know
Right.
who we are and get donors behind it, they have
Right.
to see a consistent, high quality of work. And we're trying to give people an option to not have to go into Boston. It's great, great to go to Boston, but you don't have to.
And I have to say that my husband and I are big fans.
Thanks.
So we've been coming from since
Yeah.
the beginning, and we're even seeing the level of production. It keeps getting better and better.
Well,
I
thanks.
mean, Les Mis was amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, the sets, everyone we've seen has been wonderful. But I'm saying, I think at that point it was like, wow,
Yeah.
this really is like Broadway.
That was a true labor of love, and
Yeah.
it was a lot of people coming together, and you'd be surprised that, again, because for us, being such a young company, ticket sales are sort of 95% of what we operate on. A limited budget can go a long way. If you're smart about how you do it and you get the right people to believe in your passion and come and help, it's pretty great. And I think that's, again, you've got a glimpse of that's the level of work that we're continually trying to strive for, to do, and to bring here.
Yeah, and because it was like, wow, that was a big undertaking,
Huge.
and it was just done so beautifully.
Oh,
It was
thank you.
so moving. And then the spelling bee was awesome,
Yeah.
and everything that we've seen has been really,
thank you.
really great. So, tell me a little bit about how does the fact that Woodland Theater Company is here in Medfield, how does that benefit Medfield?
Well, I think it benefits them because, again, as opposed to going somewhere else, there is something growing here, a gem that's being refined and honed here.
Yes.
I think, so there's a sense of pride if you have a good theater company that is offering you options. I think it's great. I think it's great, it sort of ties into what my future vision is. I want to build a performing arts center. I want Woodland Theater to be the cornerstone of this performing arts campus, if you will. And I think that can benefit the town in many ways, because it makes Medfield a destination place, and it sets Medfield apart from surrounding towns. And that's what you really want. It's not just that Medfield's a great place to live, it has great schools, has a good downtown. It's that this is an added little jewel.
Absolutely.
And when you have art galleries and art studios and dance classes and regular classes and a state-of-the-art theater facility, it just is the crown jewel.
I mean, and art is the foundation of life.
I agree.
I mean, if, you know,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it truly is. So
Yeah.
what richness,
Yeah.
you know, that would bring all the way around.
I agree, and I think that, you know, I think we are showing that we have the artistic quality, and I think if we were able to find a way to build something with the town's help, that it could be an amazing boon for everybody.
And Medfield is the type of community, as you know and
Yeah.
you've seen, that once they really get behind and they understand what you're doing, I mean, you know, you really, there's wonderful people, very talented
Yeah.
volunteers that can come in and help you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, to get to that vision.
Right. I think all the pieces are coming together.
Yes.
I really do. I sort of feel like the stars are aligning. It's just now, you know, getting the word out so that more people in town know that
Yeah.
that this is here and that and sort of see the value of it. You know, not just artistically, but like, you know, emotionally and business-wise. I think there's a
Right.
big boon to be had here.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So
I want you to talk a little bit about, you know, how Medfield residents can get involved.
oh sure.
You know, in Woodland Theater Company.
Well, there are many ways. I mean, it takes a village, as they say, to sort of get any dream off the ground. It just takes a lot of help. There are many ways from simply being a patron to being a seasoned subscriber. I think is really big. But also, we need help with marketing, grant writing, fundraising, helping with special events, promotion, backstage, on stage. There are all kinds of ways to sort of get involved. You just have to write to us, and we will find a way. Like I said, every show we seem to add people. I've been called sort of the Pied Piper of theater.
Yeah.
I talk a lot about my vision and my passion. People sort of understand that or feel it's kind of fun.
It
connects.
connect.
And so every show I'm adding people to this mix. I believe in having a resident company of angels.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so really, if there's anyone out there who loves theater or has a passion for it, if they just want to come see the show just to get an idea of what we're doing, that's terrific. But there are other ways too. You know, like I said, 100 different ways.
Right.
You just
So
have to
you're
ask.
always looking for volunteers. So they should go to the website.
Yeah,
Which is woodland-theater.com.
it is. Yep.
And that way they can send a message to
Yep.
you guys and
And
say
everything's
how they
there
want
about
it.
our history and about ways to contact us. There's a big list of whoever you want to contact. Everything comes to me. So I mean, I will definitely reach out to you and say yes, please. Let's have a coffee
Right.
and chat. I mean, I think I met you and Mark that same sort of way. You know,
Through MEMO.
Through your memo,
the MEMO
yep,
meeting and
yep. Yep.
yes.
And you know, MEMO has been great. It's just so supportive and welcoming to us. And it's MEMO Days we sang there last year, and that was really fun. The
That
cast
was
loved
so
it.
wonderful to have you at Medfield Day.
Yeah.
And MEMO, you know, 70 businesses, and we're so happy to
All
have
right.
you as a member.
Yeah.
And it adds just another aspect. And,
Sure.
and that was great.
It was fun, and
Yeah.
the cast had a really good time, and we're hoping to do it again and again. It's sort of a great way to sort of get the word out, you know, to hear the quality, to hear or to see that. You don't really understand it till you actually come and see it.
Oh, the caliber of the voices,
Yeah.
and it was great.
And we have a big season planned next year, so again,
No, that's
big
exciting.
shows. Yeah.
So now, this year you kept Les Mis like very quiet.
We had
That was
to.
the surprise. Oh.
We had to legally, the whole story behind that, but yes, yeah.
Okay. So because it was a big surprise.
Sure.
So you have the lineup for next year,
We have 2 of the 3. We have West Side Story in October.
which is fabulous.
Yep.
I love that.
And we're doing a one-night-only concert version of Sweeney Todd. So think of 60 voices, full orchestra, and it's going to be, if you miss it, you miss it. It's going to be, could possibly be all of the Woodland alumni coming back.
Yeah.
But think of amazing voices singing a score that you probably wouldn't get to hear a lot because it's not done a lot. And then our May show is the big secret because we are in negotiations with these houses to get the rights. So we've got 4 or 5 family-oriented shows that could be a big surprise. Hopefully soon, hopefully even by today, we're going to know. But
great.
and we're also changing our season next year. We at this point are doing a single weekend. That's what we've been doing.
Right.
But now next year, our October and May show are 2 weekends.
Oh, good.
To give other opportunities for more people who were gone one weekend to come the next weekend.
Exactly.
But again, that's a baby step of a company growing. You
Right.
have to start small and then take the leap of faith, and that's why more people are getting involved, more people coming to the shows to help support it.
Yes.
Will help us allow that sort of transition from a 1 weekend show theater to a 2 weekend show theater.
Right.
And then eventually a month long.
Exactly. Bring it on.
Right, exactly.
Bring it on. So tell me, so we talked a little bit about the goals.
Yep.
Your goals for Woodland Theater Company. Is there anything we missed, or there anything that you want?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Fun. I'd like to hear.
Because I'm building, we together are, but this vision is to really build a Tony Award winning regional theater here in Medfield. And what that means is I'm talking the same level as an ART in Boston,
Yeah.
or a Goodspeed in Connecticut, or Paper
and
Mill.
say ART, most people
Right,
would know.
exactly.
But explain ART.
So it's a professional company that does new works that are so good they get taken to Broadway. And so they then win awards because that's the level. And that's what I'm trying to grow here. It's not just doing, we would also do standard musicals that are done. But I think the goal for us is eventually to become not just doing existing works, but writing new works.
Okay.
And doing them as showcases and sort of having the town come to watch readings and get a feel from the town, what works, what doesn't work, and you build something, and then eventually a producer in New York sees that and goes, this is worth something.
Right.
And it gets transferred from the little town of Medfield to Broadway.
Yeah.
What a great boon for the town and for us, So that is what I'm building. It's not just building a theater, sort of, we've opened our doors and that's as far as we're going.
Right.
Our goal is, an old Globe in San Diego, a Signature in Virginia. Those regional houses that are known across the country,
Right.
that are professional, meaning and professional, not just the quality of the work, but everyone's paid. Like it's a real company
Right.
as a nonprofit, and so no one's making money. They're just going right back into the company to continue the company growing and expanding to where we're teaching master classes to adults. And
that's exciting.
And doing a whole children's theater wing. There's an endless amount of things that we sort of want to do, but we're at that transition phase. I can sort of feel it. The quality is there. Now can we get the town and residents and patrons and beyond Medfield to sort of go, wow, there's something great here.
Yeah.
And let's find a way to get behind that so that we can take it to the next level.
This is the treasure, and everyone can participate in this exciting vision.
Exactly.
It's not just your vision,
Not at all.
but it can become everyone's,
Right.
and everyone
This is
can
one little
participate.
piece of the vision. And like my vision is one little piece.
Yeah.
But I believe, like I said, all the ingredients are here.
Right.
It's all here. We just have to sort of get them all aligned, and it could move. And it could move quickly. You'd be surprised once the ball starts rolling. I think it could be something that could happen quickly.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that you're giving us great shows.
Oh, thank you.
That's for sure. And it's just it's really exciting, the possibilities here.
Yeah.
For the future, and like I said, to create a real richness culturally.
Right. Yeah.
For the town, and it's just a great thing, Doug. I mean, I think Medfield's lucky to have that you chose our town, or you landed in our town to do this. Now the next show coming up is Fiddler on the Roof.
It is. Yep.
So tell me a little bit about.
Well, that's running May
When it
9,
is.
10, 11. We're doing four shows. So Friday night, a Saturday matinee, a Saturday night, and a Sunday matinee. And tickets are selling now, which is both online at our website and also here in town at the library and Park Street Books.
Yeah.
And they've been very, very nice to sort of allow us to sell tickets locally, because I know there are people who would much rather go and pick their seat out.
Yes.
Yes. And so that's going well. We've been in rehearsal since March 24th. We do a very fast process. We start and it's up and done.
Yeah.
We have a cast of 39, so it's our biggest cast ever, even bigger than Les Mis. And sets are coming along, and costumes, and all the pieces are getting there.
So the actors come in and they have to audition and...
Yep. Yeah, we did auditions back in February, and I sort of talk to them once they're hired. I say, okay, here's your script, and I expect them to come in sort of knowing their lines. And again, I set the bar at a professional level, what I was used to do when I was living in New York, how I worked, a certain level. And it's great because these actors love that, and I find these actors from all over, from Worcester and Dover and Sharon and Wellesley and Boston, and you'd be amazed at how many really talented people there are who either their careers took them somewhere else or whatever, or they've just stopped doing theater because it wasn't feeding their souls. And I think we do a good job of sort of helping them unlock and become even better actors than they were when they walked in.
Yeah.
So and they come back.
And they come back,
which is great.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the caliber is
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
So anyway, so we'll all look forward to coming and seeing Fiddler on the Roof,
Yep.
May 9th through 11th.
Yep.
Right here at Medfield High School,
Yep.
the auditorium.
At the Lowell Mason Theater.
Low Mason Auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, I thank you for coming.
Sure.
In talking today, I encourage everybody watching to get your tickets for Fiddler on the Roof. You will not be disappointed. And I want to thank you for watching Memo Matters. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Stacy Peasley, and you are watching Medfield.tv.
Hi, my name is Toby Burrell. I am president of the Medfield Lions Club. The Medfield Lions Club is one of 46,000 Lions clubs that have 1.3 million members worldwide. That makes the Lions the largest service club organization in the world. Where there's a Lions Club in the community, problems get smaller and communities get better. Locally, the Medfield Lions are involved in two primary missions. We raise money to benefit eye disease research, and we also raise money to benefit local Medfield charities. No doubt you've seen us in town wearing our distinctive yellow vests, raising money for eye disease research. Our single largest fundraiser each year is the Christmas tree sale. Every penny of the proceeds goes to charities such as the Medfield Food Cupboard, the Medfield Animal Shelter, and scholarships for graduating Medfield High School seniors. We sponsor the Seniors Luncheon at Christmas as well as the Chowderfest contest each year. All the proceeds from these very popular events go to benefit the Council on Aging. Interested in volunteering? As a member of the Medfield Lions Club, you'll be joining a group of service-minded men and women who are doing local volunteer work to benefit Medfield right now. We are your friends, we are your neighbors, we are local Medfielders, and we would love to have you join us. For further information about membership, please call me, Toby Burrell, at 508-359-5210, or you can email me at tobster9@aol.com. Or check us out on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Lions Clubs. Thank you.